described as a one-man band. What does that mean to you?
Means I'm stubborn and stupid, I guess. But no, I one-man band. I don't know. I couldn't do it without a lot of help. Believe me. My father, he could do anything. So I was learned that you did it yourself if you could. He taught me stuff I didn't even know he was teaching me. So I guess I've always been a little bit that way. I like to control my own destiny, I guess. I don't like to leave it up to others to make my decisions for me. I'm pretty much a control freak, I guess.
From the shop floor to the biggest stage in pooling, this is Behind the Hook.
Hey, we do it as a team. We lose as a team, we win as a team, right?
You don't ever count out Jesse Petro.
We'll see what that old Workhorse has up his sleeve here.
Behind the Hook, Season 4. Stories from the National Tractor Pulling Championships. This episode of Behind the Hook is proudly sponsored by SCS Gearbox, engineering strength, precision, and performance at the highest level. Tucked away in southwest Iowa is the small town of Prescott, home to the Grand National Champion tractor puller, Rob Russell, where family and farming run deep.
That's what I've always said. Family, farming, and pulling. Family, number one, because I'll do anything for this family.
Family comes first, no matter what. And then farming, and then we've had a couple rough years. He stood by my side for the whole thing.
Anything that he can do to take care of his family, his people, he's gonna do it because he supported us through every single event, showing cattle, sports, everything that we were involved in. He never missed anything growing up.
He's so good with grandkids. We had one of them a couple weeks ago, and she's like, "Why does Papa always have to be in the field? Can't Papa come home?" You know, if they come and he's not home, they're like, "Where's Papa? When's Papa gonna get here?" He's the fun one, and I'm the rule maker.
You met the two boys, like they love him. Like anytime they have his attention, like it's their favorite time.
What is your grandpa like?
Troublemakers with me.
Troublemaker? What kind of trouble does he get you in trouble with Mom?
Not really like fun trouble. He tells good stories and it's funny.
What's it like working with Grandpa? Like what has he taught you? What have you learned from him?
Like to keep going and do your best and stuff.
So it's been fun to kind of roles reverse while he gets to enjoy his passion and just be there for him to support him.
He takes care of his family. He makes sure everybody's in good nature at home before he pulls out on the road.
Farming's number two, because without that, we wouldn't have what we got here today. If I wasn't a farmer, I always thought I'd be in the implement business or a salesman or some type. I love agriculture, I love machinery. I've always been that way. I've drove tractors since I was old enough, 5 to 8 years old, to sit in the seat. I'm a corn and soybean farmer in southwest Iowa. I'm fairly successful because my father was successful. He was a hell of a farmer, and he made me successful. Without him, I would have nothing. We lost him back in 2016. That's been pretty tough.
Born and raised in this area, this county. Corning was actually the city I was born in, hospital. I grew up first 10 years of my life down there, up here north of Prescott when I was 8 years old, wasn't it? Yeah, 8 years old. We're at my mom and dad's place. It was a bean field. Back in 95, we started to build the grain set up here. 2 years later, Mom and Dad built this house here or there so I could move into the home place when we needed a bigger house to live in, so it kind of worked out pretty good. So Dad and I built this together. He put the first 2 bins up and the original dryer, and then later in life I added a couple more bins here. And it's always a work in progress around here. But it's unique how the 2 dump pits work. We can pull over there. There's no pit there. There's just 2 conveyors. We can unload a 1,200 bushel load in 4 minutes. And that's pretty good for not having a pit. Pretty proud of it. It's the 3rd season on this X9 1100.
We went to this big combine mainly to speed up soybean harvest because we quit running 2 combines. We just couldn't get enough help to keep 2 of them going. So for soybeans, we went to a 50-foot header, so we needed this bigger combine. So we decided to just run a 12-row head and do what we could do, and we get along really well with it. We try to get 25 to 30,000 bushel a day is our normal day. When we can, we run auto steer. Goes off of guidance and off of row feelers in the middle. We run what's called auto path. So when we plant the corn, it's got a globe on the planter, and it tells them every line is a row of the corn planter. So, and they'll see an arrow coming in. That's the direction I planted it. So we're going the same way right now that we planted the corn. So,
what do these controls down here do?
This is the hydro handle, runs about everything. You know, it controls the unloading auger, swinging the auger. This is here, I call this the go to hell button. If you see something or stick, I mean, we have dead carcasses of deer out here once in a while. You see it coming up your head, you hit that, it'll stop the head as quick as anything. Jason runs that for me. He's been with me for 28 years total, and I don't worry about him. That's a big wagon, and he's always underneath me. So he's also synced to me right now, so he knows how full I am. Oh. And on another screen I've got set up here, so he's that blob. So he'll see in the field where I'm at when he goes to the truck, and so he knows what area to come back to me at.
What do you think he'd say about all you have going on now?
I think he'd be happy. We've grown stuff a little bit more since he's been gone. I think he'd be astonished at the yields we're growing now. He's been gone for 9 years, and we could grow pretty good corn then, but we can grow a lot better now. So I think that it'd be what he wanted. And then pulling will come third. And it's still that way today. My family, when I was a little guy, my dad started pulling farm stuff, basically what it was in the late 60s. Even my mother drove a tractor in 806 one time at a rodeo pull. They had a powder puff class when I was 4 years old. When I turned 16, I took a farm tractor, a 1066, and he helped me round up some parts from some old pullers. He knew John Klug and whatever. We started pulling an association in western Iowa, and fortunately I got hooked because the very first time I went down the track, I won a big class, you know, so I was hooked from that point on. Currently I run a Case IH sheet metaled Pro Stock, 10,000 pound Pro Stock. Ohio is basically, my whole life has been known as a state that's had a lot more tractor pull. I mean, back in the day, Fort Recovery was a Grand National twice a year. And like we was at Napoleon, 30 Mile Way last week. Wellington's a Grand National. Wasion's having one. The area is full of tractor pull, so there's tractor pull fans. But there's people that travel to this place from all over. The Bowling Green, that's just Bowling Green. It's a party with a tractor pull. Too dang old to party much anymore, but the people that come every year that you don't see anywhere else. I mean, I make this week of Bowling Green an event. I plan a week being gone here. I do business with Weimer Fuel Injection in Pennsylvania. I take Iowa pork chops and Iowa beef sirloins and ribeyes, and we have a big cookout for all their employees for appreciation for what they do for me.
Behind every winning pass is the right equipment. This episode of Behind the Hook is brought to you by SCS Gearbox, a leading manufacturer of high-performance gears, transfer cases, transmissions, and custom machine solutions built to handle extreme power.
We also build transmissions, rear end parts for the differential and planetary parts for those Pro Stock tractors. Rob's tractor in particular is a bulletproof bell housing from our Pro Bell line of bell housings. We run a tractor ourselves. Our research and development, our time, absolutely every product we make, it's our signature every time they go out the door.
Do you have a favorite class that you like to see when you come here to BG?
I do, Pro Stock.
Pro Stocks, diesel Pro Stock, yeah.
I like Pro Stock the best.
Yeah, Pro Stocks.
Wants to make the black smoke.
I would have to agree with that.
I like smoke a lot.
Seeing the red tractors win.
Everybody knows Rob Russell.
Rob is extremely competitive.
He's one of those personalities that I just would like to continue to absorb.
He spent so much time and money in the sport making it better.
I always see him helping all of his fellow Pro Stock pullers.
Great guy, great team, beautiful machine, and always runs hard.
We need more Rob Russells.
Even as a one-man operation, Rob is the first to tell you success in this sport doesn't happen alone. It takes a village to make it all work.
If it wasn't for the people in the sport, I wouldn't be pulling. You know, I got people, but they're behind the scenes. They don't go with me. But my wife doesn't go. I got to fend for myself. But I'll tell you something about her too. She makes sure I can go. All the fire suit washed every week and everything done so I can go off and play. If it wasn't for Clell in this pulling deal, I'd be in trouble. He's handy. He can weld anything, machine anything, or do anything. So, and we're the same age. We're both old and grumpy, so we get along great. He's got a coffee pot in my hauler, and I got one little bunk bed he sleeps in whenever he comes. So if it wasn't for CJ Clell Hare, my life would be miserable right now. So he bails me out of any problem.
Clell.
Yeah, well, he is. Yeah, he's just Clell. He's there, and he'd do anything for our family. He's part of Rob's family before I was, and there's just no one like him, and he's been great to our family.
How do you feel about Rob calling you his go-to guy?
It's pretty cool. Yeah. How special. Yeah, Robbie's pretty special to me. We're only 18 miles apart. So if he needs something or I need something, not only are we close, but we're close friends, you know. Don't make him like that no more. He'd do anything for me, and I'd do anything for him.
For them two guys at home, Jason Mitchell and Garrett Robinson, they keep the corn hauled, the ditches mowed while I take off 4 days out of a week to go do this through the summer. Without them guys and without my wife keeping things going at home, I couldn't be here. I got so many friends, fellow pullers, that'll help me here. That's what I rely on. And I couldn't even mention them all or get them all in here. But without Clell Hare, without Kevin Masterson, Brad Moss, I mean, there's just so many.
That old Workhorse has up his sleeve here. Mr. Rob Russell coming to the starting line, and obviously one who is a threat wherever he goes.
I don't know how to explain it. It's always been a rush for me. The best thing about pulling to me is people. Like I say, there's no real money in it. It's just for the thrill of the competition and the fellowship afterwards. And how these people that want to beat each other on the track, but also want to crack one after the pull and grill a steak together or eat a pork chop and visit about the weather at home and how farming's been or how their business is, whether it's nothing to do with agriculture. I love building it. I love competing. I really love winning, but I love just being at the event. I think I've accomplished everything I need. I won the titles early in my career. I won that one in 21. My whole life has been this. There's 52 tractors hooking here on Friday night. I'm the last one. I drew number 52. I want the guy leading to be worried about the guy hooking 52nd. If it gets to the point where I'm not competitive enough that whoever's leading's like, he ain't never gonna beat me, then I'll probably quit. I want to be that threat yet. That's where I'm at in my deal. I love the sport. I want to continue to do it too. I've got 4 grandkids with 2 more on the way, and I like to watch them play ball. We've got a swimming pool in the backyard. I like them to come over, and I like them to hang out, and I like to be there. And I sacrifice not doing that when I'm on the road coming here. And the thrill of victory, and the agony of defeat.
That felt horrible.
In an absolutely stacked pro stock class of more than 50 competitors at Bowling Green, Rob drew final hook both Friday and Saturday, finishing 4th each night. Proof that he's still a threat and that his legacy in the sport is far from finished. Up next on Behind the Hook.
I'd like for you to come to GMS and work. And I was like, okay, so I can come help you for a few weeks. He's like, no, I mean like all the time.
We didn't take big family vacations. I would laugh and tell my family, I got to see the sign to the Mall of America, but we just didn't do that stuff. We just truck pulled.
Behind the Hook, Season 4, now streaming on the Pulltown YouTube channel.